So as you saw by the title, today I am doing something that has been very highly requested here on my YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure I've gotten this requested in the comments of like every vlog that I've shown my study guides. And as you saw by the title of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I make my study guides for nursing school. So if you are new here, I'm a 4th semester nursing student and I'll be graduating here pretty soon with my ADN, which is an Associates of Nursing. So I will say, this video doesn't really need a huge long intro, but I will say I did not start out my first semester making these. It's really something that's kind of developed throughout each semester, and I think I've finally, and I'm about to graduate, just finally come up with like the perfect like setup for them that works for me. And I will also say these work really well for me, and they do help me score very well on my exams. But this is the way that I study, so just because it works for me does not mean it's going to work for you. But I have gotten this requested and I want to share it because, like I said, it is something that has developed over each semester. So if it's something like that you guys want to use and you're just starting nursing school, like you're just going into your first semester and you want to use this process, I would definitely highly recommend it. Like I said, it's worked for me very well. So I want to share it with you guys. So if you do want to use it, you can start using it like right away and you don't have to like figure it out like as you go, like I had to. So yes, these study guides are not rocket science. They're not super complicated and hard to make. My main reason for making them is just, it's a really great way to consolidate information into one space. Because in nursing school, as you can see like in the back right here, you have tons of huge heavy textbooks and PowerPoints from the teachers and lectures and extra notes and just tons and tons of sources of information. So making these study guides for me, one, it's a study tool. As I'm making them, I'm studying. And two, it's a place where I consolidate all of the important information that I find from lectures, online PowerPoints, the book, and somewhere where I can just put it all. And it makes it super easy when I'm studying for an exam, where it's all just laid out in one space and I don't have to be going back and forth between different sources. And also when it comes time for finals, it's super convenient to literally just have like your stack of study guides from the whole semester, and that's like your study tool. As long as you scored relatively well on all the past exams using them, then you know the information that you have in them is adequate enough to do well on the exams. So yeah, when I'm studying for finals, which I'm going to be doing here pretty soon, I have my binder here with all of my study guides. And maybe I'll insert like a little clip right here of me flipping through them, but I just have them all like kind of sectioned off, and I'll go section by section, and that way I know that I covered everything that I need to in order to be prepared for my nursing school exams. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and start screen recording on my laptop, and I'm either going to put it here on the side or just a voiceover of me kind of going through my process of making them. Okay, so you guys should be seeing a screen recording now of my laptop, and I just wanted to point out a few things before we get started. Number one being, I like splitting my screen into two sides, just so I have my source of information on one side and then my study guide on the other, so it's very easy to transfer information. Number two, I love using Google Drive to save all my nursing school material. So here's my drive, and as you can see, I have different folders from different classes and exams and such. So right here is Concepts 4, which is the class I'm in right now. And as you can see, there is like a ton of documents just in this one folder. So by using Google Drive, you definitely save a lot of space on your computer. And also, a little feature that I love is you're able to share it with other users. So a couple of my friends and I always share our study guides with each other, and it just makes it a nice collaborative way to study. So that is why I love using Google Drive. So in today's video, I'm going to be using pulmonary embolism as an example. So I'm going to pull up a blank Google Doc just for the sake of this video. If it wants to load, here we go. So to start my process, I either copy and paste or I type out the information from the PowerPoint. So it kind of depends on how much time I have, like when the exam is, if I'm on a time crunch or not, if I'll type it out, which is a really nice way for me to study, is if I have to read it and type it, like I kind of remember the information. But if I am in a time crunch, I will copy and paste. So, sure you guys know how to copy and paste. Oops. I just highlight it. And then you can easily just paste without formatting and then format it to look however you want it to look. And you just click there. Now it says pulmonary embolism. And this is the end result of what it looks like. But I will go through and I will copy and paste or type, whatever I'm feeling, all of this information into my Google Doc. Then, after I'm done copying all this information over here, I will go ahead and open up the correlated lecture to whatever information I just typed. This makes it so much easier when you're listening to a recorded lecture, no matter if that's a recorded lecture that was posted for you or it's a lecture that you recorded in class and you're going back and you're listening to it. I use the app on my phone to record in-class lectures, and that way I can go back and listen to it that way at home as well if it wasn't something that was previously posted like on our school's website. So, once it's all copy and pasted, as I'm going through and listening to my teacher talk, I can easily just add in the information where needed, and I don't have to keep pausing, like playing and pausing and playing and pausing and playing and pausing because I have to keep pausing it to type because my teacher does talk quite fast. So So my computer storage just filled up, so I just had to delete some stuff. But okay, as I was saying, just having it all pre-typed makes it easier when I'm listening, so I don't have to keep pausing and typing. So that way I can just add in the extra things that my professor says in the lecture. Then after I go through and do that, if I feel like I don't have enough information or I'm just still a little not understanding the topic, I will go ahead and pull out my textbook. So for my school in particular, I feel as though my teachers' PowerPoints and lectures correlate almost exactly to the book. They use the process, like as you can see here in this PowerPoint, like they start with the overview and then they go to like the patho and the etiology and then risk factors and so on and so forth. And the book correlates almost exactly to this. And I will go ahead and insert a clip of my book and show you guys how it exactly correlates to all the titles of these PowerPoints. So even if your school doesn't do this, it doesn't mean like you can't make a study guide. You just have to change it and, make it work for your class and like how your professor sets things up. This is just an example and how my school does it. So as you can see here, I just copied and pasted everything. I've now added everything that my teacher said in the lecture. It's organized by a general overview of the information. Then it goes into the patho, then the etiology. And I also love this setup as well. Like, I feel like you definitely have to have an understanding of the pathology and what's actually going on, if I can speak, in the body to then understand what might cause it, then what puts you at risk, and then what signs and symptoms are you going to see in the body due to that pathology that's going on, and so on and so forth. Like, what tests are you going to do in order to diagnose this? Then how are you going to treat it once you have diagnosed it? And then it goes into the nursing process, which if you saw in that clip of the book, then the nursing process is all laid out in our textbook as well, which is super helpful. So yes, that is an overview of one of my study guides. Also, I really like using pictures. I'm a very visual learner, so when I see something, I'm more likely to remember it. So I love using Pinterest just for these cute little images, and there's just like a ton of great information that you can find on Pinterest. Like, obviously you can use Google or whatever as well, but I just like using Pinterest because then I can save the pictures as well in a board. So I was just recently learning about cirrhosis, so here's just like a really good picture. You can see like the esophageal varices and things like that. So Yes, I love adding pictures. Sometimes I'll add the pictures that maybe are included in my professor's PowerPoints and things as well. Also, a great resource is YouTube. And one of my favorites is Registered Nurse RN. As you can see, I've searched it many times. She is amazing. She explains pathologies so well, like better than my instructors, to be completely honest. And she has a video for almost every single topic I think you can ever go over. So I would highly recommend checking out her YouTube videos. So I will go ahead and watch some of her videos and add some of that information to the correlating portions of my study guides as well, if it makes me understand the topic better. And also another great channel is OSMOSIS, which I just recently used one of their videos for preeclampsia. Oops. I just recently used this video, and I can show you guys that. So I actually went ahead and screenshotted some of the images from their video and used it in my study guide. That is also another reason why I don't post my study guides for you guys, because most of this information is not mine. I'm getting it from other sources like Pinterest, Google, my school's PowerPoints, YouTube videos, things like that. So, I don't want to get in trouble for copywriting, and also some of you guys have reached out to me and even said that you go to the same school as me, so I would never want to get in trouble for sharing future class information or anything like that. So that is why I don't share them. So I'm sorry that I don't give you guys links to these. I wish I could, but I just don't really feel comfortable with doing that. But they're super easy to make, as you can see. So, and each school is different, so my study guides probably won't even be that helpful for you if your teacher doesn't use the same process. The underlying information might be the same, but your teacher might test differently. So yeah, those are how I make my study guides. So that is how I make my study guides. Like I said, it's not that difficult. Most of it is copying and pasting and just typing information from PowerPoints. But to finish it off, basically what I do is after I go ahead and make them, which is studying in itself by reading through the PowerPoints, typing it, listening to the lecture, reading the book, that is all studying, and it's a really effective way for me to study, because as I'm writing it out and I'm saying it in my head or even out loud, sometimes I talk to myself when I'm studying to see if I understand the pathology. That's a great study way for me. Then when I'm done doing that, I will go ahead and print them out. I like having a hard copy, so I'm able to go back through. So when I'm actually studying for the exam, the weekend before or whatever, I can easily just go through and I can write things in the sides and highlight and look at my images and just write my thoughts out. And it's a super effective way for me to study. And I print them all out. I'll show you guys here in a second in my binder, because it's also a really effective way to study for finals. I'm pretty sure I said that in the beginning. All my information is nice and consolidated in one area, and I can just flip through, go through each topic, make sure I covered all the information that I need, and I am ready for my exams. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you got something out of it. Like I said, this is the way my school sets things up, and it's easy to section out my study guides, but I'm sure you can apply some of these tips and use it to make study guides for your own PowerPoints and lectures and things like that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you